Beginning. The moment I messed up. My name is Liam Heron, Junior Linguistics Officer aboard the diplomatic cruiser Aurora's Wake. I wasn't important. I wasn't powerful. And I definitely wasn't supposed to speak directly to royalty. But fate doesn't care about rules. The Aurora's Wake had been sent to the Valyrian Empire, humanity's most distant ally, a civilization known for glowing skin, shimmering hair, and unmatched elegance. Even their language sounded like music. Our mission: deliver a treaty proposal. My personal mission: don't embarrass myself. I failed within the first 10 seconds. The Valyrian royal reception hall was enormous. Crystal pillars, floating lights, a ceiling that shimmered like living starlight. Delegates from multiple species bowed deeply as the princess arrived. And then she appeared. Princess Aelira. She walked with the grace of moonlight on water. Her luminous blue skin glowed softly. Her long hair flowed like strands of silver flame. Her eyes, bright, star-shaped irises, held a calm, distant authority. Everyone lowered their heads respectfully. Except me. I lifted mine just a little too soon. She looked right at me, and I panicked. The words slipped out without permission. Oh wow, she's beautiful. Not in a shout. Not loudly. But definitely loud enough for several people and one princess to hear. Aelira stopped walking. The room froze. The Valyrian guards reached for their weapons. My commanding officer closed his eyes like he'd just seen his career burn in real time. And the princess turned fully toward me, her expression unreadable. She stepped closer, and closer, and closer, until she stood only a foot away, staring directly into my soul. You said I am beautiful? She asked softly. I swallowed. I didn't mean, well, I did mean it, but I didn't mean to. I was dying. Absolutely dying. She tilted her head, studying me with unnerving intensity. Then she smiled, and everything changed. The princess who shouldn't smile like that. Her smile wasn't polite, not diplomatic, not ceremonial. It was soft, genuine, almost delighted. A flicker of light ran across her skin like a ripple of emotion. You are the first human, she murmured, to ever say such a thing to my face. I blinked. Seriously? Seriously, she said. Your people avoid directness. You speak carefully. You fear offending. Princess, Your Highness, I absolutely did offend. No, she interrupted. Her eyes softened. You surprised me, and I enjoyed being surprised. Behind her, the guards stared, wide-eyed. My captain was silently screaming. Aelira stepped even closer, lowering her voice to a private tone. What is your name, honest human? Liam, I whispered. Liam, she repeated like testing the name. I wish to speak with you. Walk with me. My captain almost fainted. I followed her through golden gardens lit by floating crystals. Birds made of gentle light drifted through the branches. Everything felt dreamlike. But nothing was more unreal than the princess at my side. She clasped her hands behind her back as she spoke. Why did you say I was beautiful? I thought you were. Are. Many see my appearance, she said, but they never dare say it. Not even suitors. You have suitors? Hundreds, she replied with a hint of boredom. They circle me like stars around a dying sun, but none speak plainly. She looked at me deeply. Until you. I wasn't sure if I should apologize or take pride. Then she asked something unexpected. Would you tell me again? My brain short-circuited. That you're beautiful? Yes, she whispered. So I did. You're beautiful. She inhaled sharply, eyes glowing brighter. I have never heard the word said like that, she murmured, with truth. Then she said something even more shocking. I wish to know you, Liam. Middle, dangers of a princess's favor. The princess invited me to the inner gardens each day, not the public areas, the private ones reserved for family. We talked. We laughed. We shared stories. She taught me about Valyrian star runes, glowing symbols that respond to emotion. I showed her Earth rain simulations. She was fascinated by water falling from the sky. But not everyone approved. Some glared. Some whispered. Some reported to the royal council. One evening, as we sat beside a crystalline pond, Aelira sighed heavily. The council is displeased. With our meetings? With my interest in you. She looked almost sad. They think you seek power.
What?
No. I'm a linguist. I fix translation bugs. The most power I've ever held is a broken data pad. She laughed softly. That is why I like you. But her voice dropped. They want to question your intentions. Tonight. Am I supposed to defend myself? No, she said firmly. I will defend you. That worried me. And I was right to worry. The council's challenge. The Valyrian High Council summoned both of us to the throne chamber. Towering pillars of crystal, golden rings suspended midair, and 12 counselors glowing with authority. Aelira stood beside me, shoulders straight, chin lifted. The head counselor stepped forward. Princess, he said coldly, you show undue attention to this human. He is my guest. He is a distraction. He is a friend, she insisted. The counselor's expression darkened. A human does not befriend a princess. He seeks advantage. That is false, Aelira snapped. They ignored her and turned to me. Human, you spoke of the princess's beauty. Was this flattery? Manipulation? A ploy to gain influence? No, I said firmly. It was the truth. Truth, the counselor sneered. Convenient. Aelira stepped between us. I asked him to speak. His honesty is what drew my interest. Another counselor spoke up. Interest is dangerous. Attachment is worse. Aelira's glow dimmed, sign of rising anger. You suggest I cannot choose whom I speak with? You can choose within reason, they replied. But not this. Not him. Their eyes shifted toward me with cold dismissal. He is beneath your station. Silence. Aelira's voice was a whisper of controlled fury. Say that again, she said. Even the council flinched. Her glow intensified, casting the chamber in haunting blue light. I will speak with whom I wish, she said. Walk with whom I wish. Trust whom I wish. The head counselor leaned forward. And if you choose incorrectly? Aelira looked me in the eyes, then lifted her chin. Then I will face the consequences myself. The council murmured angrily. Princess, one warned, you risk your future. No, she answered. I protect my present. She grabbed my hand, right there in front of everyone, and light burst from her skin, swirling around us like a living shield. The council recoiled. Her voice boomed. He is not a threat. And for the first time in centuries, the Valyrian Council could not respond. Climax, the attack in the Hall of Radiance. The Council did not let the matter rest. Someone wanted me gone. 3 nights later, an explosion rocked the palace. I ran toward the noise, straight into 3 Valyrian assassins cloaked in shimmering distortion fields. They lunged. I dodged one, blocked another, got slammed into a pillar. They surrounded me. One hissed. Humans should know their place. Before he could strike, a blast of radiant blue energy knocked him through a wall. Aelira stood at the end of the corridor, glowing brighter than I'd ever seen, eyes blazing with fury. She rushed forward, raising both hands. Light condensed into burning spears. No one touches him. The assassins hesitated. Too slow. Alira unleashed a shockwave of pure starlight. They collapsed instantly. She ran to me, voice trembling. Liam, are you hurt? Did they wound you? Let me see. I'm okay, I coughed. Thanks to you. Her hands shook as she touched my face, her glow flickering with fear and relief. I thought I'd lose you. You won't, I whispered. She exhaled shakily. And then, she did something no Valyrian royal had done in centuries. She pulled me into a tight embrace. Not diplomatic. Not ceremonial. Human. Real. I will not let anyone take you from me, she whispered fiercely, ending the princess's choice. The next morning, the council called an emergency gathering. Alira stood before them, holding her head high. If you cannot accept the people I choose to trust, she said, then you cannot claim to guide my future. The counselor scoffed. Princess, you're speaking of a human. Not a human, she corrected. Liam. The room fell silent. She stepped forward, her glow radiating through the chamber. He showed me sincerity when no one else dared. He treated me not as a symbol, but as a person. And he meant his words. Her gaze swept across the council. You fear manipulation, politics, scandal. She shook her head. You forget that truth is more powerful than fear. The counselors exchanged tense looks. Finally, the head counselor asked, What is your desire, princess? Alira turned toward me. Her eyes, bright with conviction, never wavered. I wish Liam to remain here, she said. As my chosen companion. My heart nearly stopped. The council murmured, shocked. And, she continued, I invoke royal authority to protect him. Any who threaten him, threaten me. Silence. Then, the council bowed. The princess has spoken. Alira approached me slowly, gracefully, beautifully. She reached out. I took her hand. You complimented my beauty, she whispered with a soft smile. And I thought it was merely bold. She stepped closer. But now I see. You saw me before anyone else did. I swallowed. Alira, this is a lot. Yes, she said softly. And it is real. Her fingers intertwined with mine. Will you stay? She asked. I nodded. How could I leave? Her smile brightened the chamber more than any crystal. Then, she whispered, let this be our beginning. We walked out of the hall together, hand in hand, her glow bathing the floor in shimmering light. And the galaxy, for the first time, looked a little more like home.